afternoon, everyone. We're here this afternoon to introduce Mary and Daryl and Wilma and Olive, and they're going to share some of their memories about being some of the earlier residents that came here to the Keilor Retirement Village. You know, their reasons for coming here and the life that they've had over the last 25 years. I might start with Olive, seeing that you, according to my records here, you came in July 97, so you were just ahead of Mary and Daryl and then Wilma. So
Mary and Daryl's unit wasn't even built when we moved in.
No, well...
They did them as they finished.
Yes.
They sold them.
Okay.
So we came in on the 4th of July.
Yes.
In 1997, and when we had a look at the bathroom, the floor hadn't been grouted.
Oh.
And so we went down to the sales office, which was in the garage of the house.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, the boy will be up tomorrow to do it. And when he came, he said, oh, I ran out of grout yesterday. In other words, it was being done as we were travelling up,
Yeah.
and they ran out of grout.
So in other words, you kind of moved into a building site. You all did, I suppose. You know, buildings going on everywhere. Wilma, what was behind your decision to come here?
Well, my husband died in 1994,
Oh.
and I moved in on the 4th of September 1998. I lived about 5 minutes down the road,
Yes.
and I would drive around and I'd see this place with these shocking orange roofs. I'd never heard of a retirement village. In those days they were hardly heard of. And I used to say to my friends, oh, there's something going up the road. It's got all these horrible orange roofs. Anyway, I found out it was a retirement village and I thought, well, I think that might be a good move for me. So I moved in.
Moved in here. So.
Yes. And I wasn't out of my area, which was great. You know.
You live locally?
Yeah, just 5 minutes.
Oh,
down the road,
okay.
yes, so
Where did you move from, Olive?
Nidby.
Oh, Nidby, okay, so you weren't all that far away either.
No.
No. Mary, you were talking before about moving out here. Daryl was pretty keen on the idea.
But I didn't want to come.
You weren't that keen, but
No.
now you don't want to leave.
From the day I moved in, I've loved it.
Yes.
But I really love my house and I love my garden, and I did not want to come here at all.
No.
But Daryl pushed it, and he said, let's just go up and have a look. So we came out and had a look and got on to one of the salespeople here, very nice lady. So she showed us this unit that we actually ended up in, and she said, look, it'd probably be about 4 years before you'll be able to get in here because they're all sold. She said, do you want to put your name down? And then I thought, oh, I can do that, 4 years, that's great, another 4 years at home. Well, you won't believe it, in a month we get a phone call to say this unit's vacant and we need to come and have another look at it, and we have to make a decision on the day if we want it.
Okay.
Well, I nearly died.
Yeah.
So we brought all the children up to have a look, the family up to have a look to see what they thought, and they thought it was all, you know, very nice. So then the woman looks at me, she said, well, what are you going to do? Are you wanting it or not? I look at Daryl. Daryl glares at me. I said, oh yes, we will. Well, I went home and bawled my eyes out. I thought, what am I doing this for? Him? And I'm thinking, okay, but you know, I've loved it. From the day I've moved in, I've really loved the life here. It's the best life. Yeah.
What did your children, what did they think about it? They have any worries about the move?
Well, my son thought we were going into nursing home. And he says, what do you say?
He said, they'll put you in a dark room, put a rug over your lap and feed you Valium every 4 hours.
See, this is a nursing home.
Very nice.
What do you think is a nursing home?
Until he'd come up, and once he'd come up and
saw
looked,
it,
he then realised what it was.
Well, the years have gone by. You would have had more energy back then, and this village has a reputation that Mary and I heard about before we moved in as the happy village. It was a happy place, a great place to move into and feel really at home. But I would say it was the earlier residents that helped create that. So what sort of things did you did the committees or groups or whatever it was in those days, what did you do to create that atmosphere?
Well, we had fetes. We started having fetes,
Yes.
which was a very good community thing to do. It was a bit of work to do to organise it, but everybody got into it and helped, and I think that was a big thing. You know, to have the fetes once a year.
Yes.
So
I can remember the first one we had. They had, it was huge. We had the fire brigade.
Oh, we had everything.
And we had the police. We had
motorbikes taking people on runs.
Harley
Davidson motorbikes driving people around.
Yes.
And animal, petting animal parks and everything. But now with all the restrictions, you
can't have all that.
Not as much.
But that was the impression.
And they played play areas for children, all with animals in it, little animals in it for kids to get in and play with the animals.
So,
Wilma, I've been leaving you alone a little bit. You must have got up to some mischief or something around here, you know.
Yes.
Tell us some stories.
Oh, well, I think one New Year's Eve it was so hot they said we skinny dipped in the pool, but we didn't.
I've heard that rumour.
You know who was you know who was the instigator? Val Carr. And we didn't skinny dip, but we went home and got our bathers. It was so hot and we were making a bit of noise because a few of us had had sherbets. Yes. We had some great fun though. One of the fun things we did was Ruth Smith, myself and Keith Nelson, we dressed up as the Andrews sisters one night. We had these wigs and were you there that night? And we were the Andrews sisters and we used to, we practiced miming because we, mining the records, you know. And no one knew about it, you know, except the people. We've had some fun, and of course the best fun I think I ever had was in 2006 in March there was the Commonwealth Games, and we had a group village Commonwealth Games, and it was sensational. The Queen came in the nurse's buggy.
Who dressed up as the Queen?
Keith Nelson.
Keith Nelson.
Keith Nelson was, involved in all of these things, and that was wonderful. We had the best day because we had medals and we had a dais and we had a drug testing station. And I was working in that at the time, and we sort of put up a little drug testing station, and you probably won't say this, but Frank Loughran was alive at the time, and he used to go because he was in the 56 Olympics for Melbourne. He played soccer, and he was my over the fence back neighbour. And at any rate, Betty, who ran the hairdressing, remember Betty? Yeah. She ran the hairdressing. She put in her hairdressing thing in front of the big window where the hairdressing is. She put a urine sample. She said, "This is Frank's urine sample, but it's green because he's Irish." We had a lot of fun.
A good sense of humour.
Wonderful.
It brings life.
That's right. And the wonderful thing I like about the village, if you're out in the backyard, and you always hear, like people will be walking past, and you always hear laughter. And I think that's fabulous.
Yes.
And everybody speaks. If you walk up the street, everybody waves at you and says hello.
Yeah, hello.
I've got friends in other villages, and their village is not like our village, not as friendly as our village. And it's sad really, because it's really lovely to be that friendly, to wave to one another and say hello. And
Thanks for being a part of this. It's not easy to sort of sit there like that and try to share some of those memories, but it's going to be a great celebration, and this is going to be a part of it. I believe that all the old movies that were taken in those early days have been put together, or they're going to be shown on the internal TV. So we'll see a lot more of the fun and games that was had back in those days. So I think our challenge now is to keep it going, is to keep the spirit of the Keilor Retirement Village going, and so that it continues to be the happy village.
I think it is the happy village.
You hear that from new residents sometimes, and they said, "Oh, we've looked at other villages, but this one is a really happy village."
Oh, it is, yes.
So that's good, isn't it?
It is.
It's really good,
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Bernie.
Thank you.
You did a good job.
Yeah.